Are you ready to shake out those family trees?
Wow! Yes!
It's Linda and Gina. On the Twice Removed podcast.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Twice Removed Genealogy podcast. We are your hosts, Gina, and Linda's over there. Say hi,
Hey.
Linda. Hey, it's been a while. It has been a while. We're in the 5th day of summer and I'm already done with it. So we figure, what else can you do in the summer but, dig up some more family. So,
Well, as long as you're not actually digging them up,
That's
that
true,
would
it's too hot.
that would be overheating. Yeah.
yeah, we're not going to go out and dig today, but we have lots of things to talk about for you ancestrally challenged people. But we have been off for a little bit of time and happily in our little second season here. And I had a new cousin found and it turned out to be, what do you want to say? A little kink in the chain there, but it was all figured out and she's with the proper family and we still talk and everything. And I think it's great. It was great.
It's been almost a year since that was discovered and it took this long to get there.
It did.
So be patient, people. It does happen.
Yep. Don't give up. Don't give it up. Find those people. But what have you been up to, Linda? Yeah, I know you want to talk about Ancestry because they kind of updated some stuff.
Finally, it's like they've had this. If you have 23andMe and MyHeritage, you already know that you can see how people are related to each other.
But Ancestry never did?
No, they would say, "Oh yeah, here are your shared matches," but you wouldn't know how much DNA you share with them. So it could be they could be their father, but you wouldn't know it.
Oh. Well,
Yeah.
Thank you, Ancestry.
So now, though, and the thing too that they've been keeping from us is that remember you used to get a lot more. You would get a lot more matches, and they were like really super low, and you're like, oh, what am I going to do with an 8 centimorgan match? I'm trying to figure out somebody else, and I may be way, way out there in the sticks with these people because they might be Viking relatives that I'm never going to be able to trace. But so now those are back, and now you can see how all of those little tiny centimorgan matches match each other. Also,
That's good. Thank you,
it's
Ancestry.
weird. It's really weird to see, 2 of your 10 centimorgan matches matching each other as third cousins.
Yeah,
And it's like, well, that doesn't help me. But the cool thing is that you can tell, like I could go into your test and it would show, this is probably easier for you to understand instead of mine because you don't know my people, but let's say your mom, right?
right.
Okay. Shared matches. And it says pro. So there's the pro. You have to pay extra for this. It's like $10 a month, but it's worth it. But see, you can see how everybody is related to mom.
Oh.
So you can see the sisters and the niece
Yep.
all the way down, like how many centimorgans they share. It's like you share with this one girl. You have a Lorraine too, don't you?
Yep.
You share 348 centimorgans, whereas mom shares 799. So you can kind of see, oh, okay. And then you have
Kind of neat.
the mystery cousin that you had.
Yeah, there's the new one.
And see how much your mom does without having to ask her. How much DNA do you share with so-and-so?
Because she would know.
Now you don't have to ask. Well, if she were to look on her app,
Yeah.
So you can see all of these. But the thing that's really crazy, it's like, okay, well, let's get in here with the mystery cousin and see who you share with her. You can see all that, but let's go way down here. Oh, yours aren't even that low. Mine are really low. But you can find who, you know who that is? Don't say
Nope.
their name, of course, but these people, like mostly.
We could say the first name, can't we?
Yeah, you could. But they're
Only because it's Nunzio and it could be,
Anybody.
related. Forget about it.
But let's see what his shares are. There might be. Here's some, see? You have this person you don't know either, but look how small they are. Mine are even smaller than this.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Half third cousin once removed or third cousin twice removed.
And then we go to her and see. Here they are. 10 centimorgans.
Wow, ain't that a kick in the head?
Yeah, it could be a fourth cousin, and they share, this person shares 24 centimorgans, whereas you share 10 with her.
And you know what? A fourth cousin's not that far. I mean, we still do things with our third cousins, so that's not very far away. But I've never heard of
it is when you're trying to figure out which branch they came from. I mean, clearly it'll be
this makes it easier. Well done, Ancestry. Well done.
But in mine,
look, it's going down.
Yeah, see? But then you get excited when you see, oh, well, it's their close relative. Well, if that close relative has a tree, you might be able to figure out who they are. See, this person right here, this Robert guy, here's her father. All right, so maybe he has a decent tree. So then we would go.
Look at the centimorgans she had with them. Wow.
But you go into his tree, and he's got 3 people. So that's so that's still
Thanks,
it's lacking when you're still trying to figure out who these people are because they're alive, so you're not going to be able to find a whole lot on them, especially if they have a common last name. A lot of
these are alive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, these are people who.
So Joanne down there at the bottom.
Yeah, she's your 8 centimorgan, Robert's 20. So I know this is hard for people who might be trying to listen along, but if you're already on the app, you understand.
Yeah. No, it's quite neat actually.
Yeah.
And I'm glad Ancestry did this because, again, I say if you've done 23andMe or MyHeritage or uploaded, do Ancestry too, because that was the original and, all the older people did that and they didn't do 23andMe and the other ones. So if you go back, you'll find some more people, I am sure.
I had a sad thing happen last week. I was looking for this one guy who's like one of the only matches I have on my German grandmother's side. And our shared match is now deceased as of April.
Oh, no.
And then we just have little ones. I mean, he was a little one too, but I thought for sure I could find him. I was looking and I got close. I got the last name. I'm like, oh, well, there it is somewhere. But, and then so I have these other people who one of them did show up before, and you can mark them. Like I do mark them in groups, add them to groups. So this one is Alma's side, so I put that into Alma's side too. See these 4, that since they match each other. So when I put her through it all and see what else comes up, then these technically you would guess would also be from that side of the family. But I'm not going to mark them now. But
we better order more pie because there's more family coming to the reunion.
I don't know if they'd show up. They're a little short on centimorgans. All right, so when you're in the DNA matches, it's funny because now you do have so many more things. Like I have this guy on both sides.
Oh, so what do you do about that with the both sides? What is,
Well, I've had
there?
him for a while, and he has like one person on his tree, and I'm guessing him. So, yeah. And then I only have one match to him on the paternal side. See?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Now, I have a lot of people that I start in on the maternal side, and I end up on the paternal.
Oh, okay.
With these lower centimorgan matches.
Does that mean small villages?
Well, no, it couldn't possibly be because my mother was German, very German, and my father was very Norwegian and Swedish.
Mm.
So
that's right, the House of Johan. We cannot forget.
Yeah. So if I put yours up here and sort your DNA by groups, both sides, here's yours.
Look at that.
And you know that where your mother is from
Yeah.
compared to where your father's from.
Yeah.
How did that happen? See? It's weird. Did it happen somewhere in Europe? Or did it happen later?
I would
where
say
they just...
here. It would have to be here, wouldn't it? Well, I guess it wouldn't have to be, but...
No, mine, I don't think all of mine are. It seems to be, they seem to go back a few generations from when any of my people were in America that I knew of. Like, because it's like a third cousin that's their third cousin, and they're already at 10 centimorgans, and they are probably my fourth, fifth, or eighth cousin, depending on how much of a DNA share it is. It could be a really low, close relative, or it could be a really distant, high share relative.
What happens if you hit the, like, learn more?
Well,
Does it nothing?
yeah, it just gives you stuff to work with.
Isn't...
And then you
And
can
then
go
also-
both sides. Let's see who they match with. This is the fun part. Maternal, unassigned, maternal, maternal, maternal. I don't know how they figure out that you're both sides. Eleanor
Yeah,
Anderson.
because that all
That's
says
funny. I have
maternal-
one of those.
maternal. Oh, hey, maybe that's our link.
No, she wouldn't have gone under that name, but in her maiden name may have been. Yeah, so that's that one. I don't know if all of them are gonna. I don't know if all of your both sides are gonna be coming out on the same
Eric's,
side.
What's the blue dot on the left corner?
It means
Does that
that he
mean
hasn't
anything?
been viewed yet.
Oh, that's neat too. Okay.
He might have been an old one. You don't have any shared matches, but they think that you're related on both sides. So there must be a
But we're not
segment.
not
There's a
met.
segment of DNA that definitely is shared from that side. Sometimes it could be like an endogamy thing because of small villages and whatever. But for that reason, but you barely would have enough DNA to recognize them.
Yeah, because you're talking fifth to eighth cousins.
Yeah, but you have endogamy, so they look like they're fifth or eighth cousins, but really they're like 12th cousins. And then, leave it to the Vikings to come through and rape and pillage. I don't know. I'm starting to get some of the matches that are in England, and we're all from there.
There's a lot. Yeah.
And I'm not British. I don't have any. I don't see them on my tree yet, going back far enough. I have maybe fifth great grandparents, but maybe not in the right branch to show where they might have gone there to work and then came back to Germany. Or maybe they never came back, but they already had kids while they were younger, and that
So
sort
yeah,
of
their
thing.
citizenship is over there and not their.
Yeah, and then they marry a British person,
Heritage.
and then it all
Yeah.
becomes British from there on out. Or that's that little bit that you get. Because I do have like 10% that's British, English, and Northwestern Europe. But I really kind of think that's French, because the French they don't allow DNA tests.
Well,
So
that's like. My dad. I was always told Scottish, and because of the last name, and it was like, nope.
nobody knows anything.
It's more English, so I don't have any Scottish in me from the tests that I've taken, but unless it's changed, but
See, here you go. Here's a really good example of your both sides. This particular person here, Jamie.
yeah.
Paternal side and maternal. See? This person is the bridge, just like you are, because you're related to all of these people too. I wonder if you should show up as both sides for them too.
I would think.
Wouldn't you? Because they have them. You can see them. I don't know. Maybe that's far-fetched. But all of these are way low, and that's what I was talking about. It's like that's when the both sides people show up. It would be interesting to know who this is.
That's cool.
Because
I have no clue.
But are they related? Then you want to see if this one is related to any of these. Do they have any maternal? Here's the both sides chick. Yep, they have one too. Old Stormy. So there's something going on, I would say, like in your sixth great-grandparents. Somewhere between third and sixth great-grandparents, where there is like a...
Well, I think they're on my tree. I think we went back.
Maybe. But, you know, if you only got one branch, you didn't go all the way back, because by then you will have had so many other grandparents to look at. Because how many great-grandparents do you have?
Oh, well, BC, baby. So.
No, great-grandparents, just great-grandparents.
Oh, I have 4.
Yeah, and then the next time you have 8.
Yeah.
And then it doubles and doubles and doubles. So that by the time you get to like 6th, there's a lot of them. Hundreds. So you don't really know which way to go. So that's why it's nice when somebody has a tree, so that if you wanted to really investigate some of this craziness. I mean, I've been doing this ever since I got my MyHeritage. Actually, it was the 23andMe. So about a year and a half, maybe, that I figured out that I have German relatives, that very few that I have, connecting in with the Norwegian ones. And then the Norwegian ones connecting with each other, like my father's mother's parents. Somebody in their families married each other too. Because I have really close cousins, and then I have some that are super distant cousins that come in through the other parent. It's really amazing. So, anyway, that's this Pro Tools in the United States. It's like $10 a month to add it, and I'm only really using it for the DNA shared matches. But there's other things that it gives you too besides that, which is, you know, it's interesting.
Did they update anything else?
Well, here's the stuff that you can get. You can get a tree checker, which is okay because, you know, if it'll ding you if you have a child born 20 years before their parent, which is helpful.
Which came first?
I know. I found one, and oh my gosh, one of my relatives that has a tree up, it's just, I can't figure out why I'm not finding anybody. That's because you have your grandparent, like, younger than or older than your great-great-grandparent. So things aren't really flowing through naturally there. And then
right.
So the tree checker is interesting. Smart filters. This is kind of cool because you can put in a town name. That doesn't work necessarily. Events and places, you have to actually put it. Lived in. There we go. And now you put it in. Let's just do Oslo. Ugh. It has to be... The thing that's annoying, though, is that it has to be specific. So, if it's not spelled the same exact way on every record, which we know it won't, because sometimes they change the jurisdiction. Well, they do that quite often.
Is it city, or can you do, like, Norway or Germany?
Well, I think it's so specific.
Yeah. It's city specific.
Here. Oslo. Maybe I have to do it there. Here we go. So you have to pull it up by specific in Oslo. You can't do just Oslo, Norway. You have to do Oslo, Norway, because I guess that's the county as well as the city, kind of like Los Angeles City and county. Yeah.
LA County.
So I don't have any like that. I know I have some like this because I just saw them. There they are. See, it does work. So that's interesting.
Oh, it is.
but it's not really pulling up a whole lot of stuff. You can do charts and reports. Sometimes that'll make it interesting. I haven't done that yet. Tree mapper.
That looks interesting.
I haven't played with many of these because I really am into it for the DNA. I refuse to get the Pro Tools until they did this DNA thing.
So we're seeing a map, and then there's all these number dots everywhere, and some say like 1,000, 106. Is that?
These are the people that are. Yeah, these are the people that are on my tree from these specific towns.
And
that's
good.
good.
Now that's cool. That's cool.
Because look at it this
So
way.
like that one is 287.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my mother's hometown. And
Oh,
there
okay.
they
That's
are.
the one.
And it shows everybody from there.
That's amazing.
So that's
worth it.
That's what I wanted to do with that search that I was doing before, but I think this is much easier because if you can find them on the map. So then I have these people that I'm trying to figure out, well, how are we related? They never left the town that they were born in, this one particular person. Because I have this DNA match who's like in the 30s range, like 36 centimorgans, which could put her as third cousin, because I have a third cousin that's that low. It could be a fourth cousin too. But her grandmother was born in a particular town and never left. So I would have to look for all of my people that were born there and see which branch she may be descending from. So I could technically do it this way.
It's kind of, it explains it by looking at this. Like the one that had 287 right next to it had a like 87 or whatever. And it was kind of like, or 28. And so it's kind of like they didn't move too far. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So all the ones that have large numbers have like a larger number next to it, kind of.
Yeah,
I like that map filter. It's great.
Like I know that most people from this particular town are from my grandmother's side.
See, that's pretty amazing. And
then Neustadt on the Weinstrasse is my grandfather's side on his mother's side. And it's all these little hot mountains, more Weinstrasse. So that's cool.
Who's up in the hills there?
Let's see, who's that? They may be in-laws, because I go all the way back. I get in-laws too, because when you're in these smaller towns, it wouldn't be surprising if one day they're not only the in-law, but they're the grandparents to an uncle.
I was going to say, well, that goes back to our shared matches there.
Yeah. Yeah. Some of these are just very bizarre. No. And then you have some that are just like, See, I've got some interesting people here. I've got Poland. I don't have any Belarus, though, do I? Oh, what's this? Here's one. Oh, yeah. That's my... That is actually interesting.
Did we just find somebody?
Well, this is a Swede, but he looks like he's Russian. Yeah. He died in Russia. He was born in Sweden. There you go. He must not have had children there because I don't have
having lived
else.
A long life of 75 years.
Yeah, I love how
I guess that was very long. Huh?
Seriously. Yeah.
This part's cool. I like this.
Yeah.
I want to map filter mine.
Well, you can do that too. Tree insights. What's this? Trends and commonalities. Most common surnames. Yeah. Okay. Wonder why Huffman would be common. Oh,
I was going to say, do you agree with that?
It could be. I mean, it depends on what you're working on. Because I can get a whole lot of any last name as soon as I strike oil. Yeah. I can get a lot of them. And that may be the most common one right now because I've spent so much time on that great-grandfather. And this fan chart, I mean, I think this was already a thing for anybody. But you can...
That looks confusing.
I don't like it. Doesn't work. Probably some people would love that. I like my vertical one the best.
Yeah, that's much easier.
Yeah. So the Pro Tools have been out for quite a while, but they just released the enhanced shared matches for DNA just this last week for me, and it's not going to be the same for everyone in the whole world because I think UK just got it today. And maybe Australia is getting theirs soon because there were some people on the Ancestry Facebook group who were like, I don't have it yet. And it does not work on the phone for me at all. It has to be on my browser.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I don't know what that's all about. But it's still, this is like, really great.
Yeah, look at all the hints that come up.
Yeah.
So for $10 a month, use it for a few months if you don't want to keep it. But the Twice Removed podcast is produced by Linda Anderson and Gina Glass. All opinions expressed are of our own and of our guests. For more information and upcoming guests, please visit our website, twiceremoved.net.